Hello everyone and welcome to another Shadows over Innistrad Remastered traditional draft. And I think I'm gonna take the rare, but let's check out the other cards. Now this is not like the greatest bomb rare that there are, but it's still very good with nice flexibility. Mostly you get counters on your team and then hopefully destroy a creature. That's already gonna be quite nice. This thing is really good too. Because you can just exile it from your graveyard to create 2 flyers. That's actually a very strong card. This is totally this card has potential if you have some well, you need to have some kind of a clue token stuff. This is a madness enabler, and synergizes with a few cards in the set. Maybe not really a first pickable card, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I think the pick is pretty easily going to be either this uncommon or this rare, and I think I'll prefer the rare slightly, but this is a really good one. Yeah, the fact you get 2 flyers when it has died is such a strong thing. Alright, so Fiery Temper. This is a very decent card because even at 3 mana, although it's a double caster, so it's slightly hard to cast, it's still a fine card. But then if you have some, madness enablers, this is just very good value. I'm willing to consider picking that. Let's see, Immerwolf is great in the Werewolf deck. Yeah, this is a really good one in the red-green deck. But if I would take this card, I would abandon the collective effort. I mean, assuming if I can follow up with more green and red stuff. It's really limited to just these 2 colors, most likely. And it is, that's just how it goes. The Wolf and Werewolf deck is red-greeny. Yeah, alright, anything? The bombardment is really good too. I mean, there's Fire Temper and this bombardment. The rare is, interesting, but not amazing. I think I should take one of the red cards. I think I'm actually taking the bombardment because it's always 1 mana. It's not any target though. But this is not a double caster, and the Fire Temper, if you don't have those madness, enablers, it's kind of an awkward thing to cast with the double red. This is always 1 mana and still takes care of many creatures. And of course, if I find more of these, of course, the further copies are even better. All right, Ravenous Bloodseeker is totally, a great madness enabler, but I'm not sure if I really want to take it here. I might still take it. I like the Inspector. It's never gonna be bad. Another good madness enabler. I think I slightly prefer this, but I don't. You could take either one of those. Skinner is good when you get the Delirium easily. Well, I mean, even the Cultist is a totally reasonable 3-drop, but am I supposed to take a... I don't know, man. I'll take the Inspector. I just think it's such a nice 1-drop, because you can get a card out of it later on. And I already have the collective effort, for which I prefer to have white cards to follow it up with. This isn't really good in limited at all. No, this is not a good limited card. Elder Cathar would be good if I'm gonna go with the humans. It always gives a +1/+1 counter to something, but it's of course better if you have a human target. That's a bit too risky card. Drag Under is good. Oh, what? There's not a bombardment. I somehow just didn't even... I guess I just, read these cards in order, and then there's another bombardment, which is of course an easy pick when I already took one. So these of course get better in multiples. Okay, so white is still very open here, and I think the Dauntless Cathar is just it's not as good as the Lifelinker I saw, the uncommon in pack 1, but it's still a very nice card. A 3-mana 3/2 isn't a great card in limited. It's acceptable if it has a good ability, and this thing has. So when it dies, you get a free flyer. Well, it's not a free one because you have to pay 2 mana for it, but regardless, it's gonna be better than the Guardian of Pilgrims, I would say, or the Puncturing Light. Yeah, I have already 2 removal spells for small creatures, so... Well, I guess power 3 means it could be like a 3/5 or something like that. It's not necessarily small, but I think I'll still take the Cathar here. I don't need a 2-drop yet. The Spirit Cleric 2-drop is, just acceptable, but nothing amazing. I hope to get some you know, maybe better 2-drops. Alright, so red is, sadly I got the 2 bombardments, but red is not open at all. I might even have to abandon this. Maybe I can splash it, but let's see what this pack gives me. Not good for me. This Lifelinker is a little bit, I mean, it can be very good in some situations, but it is just useless in some other situations. Alright, the Werewolf 2-drop, and then there's this. This thing deals damage to 1 or more creatures. Investigate. Okay, well, the 3 clues sacrificing. That's unlikely to happen, but I guess this deals damage to 1 or more. Yeah, you can. I don't know if I'm even like that as much. We should have to. I'm gonna take this for now rather than the white 5-drop. Because it seems green is open, and I don't know, maybe I should have taken the 2-drop, but oh well. I know my previous draft of this set was also green-white, but what can I do if... I mean, look at this pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green or white cards, and then there are 3 other cards from other colors. So I can't really take anything else than a green or white card here. This is a good sideboard card. I don't necessarily like to main deck it because, you know, there are decks that don't have creatures with that much power. Yeah, this is really boring because I'm actually gonna take the same kind of stuff as in my previous draft, but like I said, I don't really have an option here. Now this pack suddenly has a lot of black. Alright, so let's first see. I have 4 creatures, all of them are humans. So I think I'm gonna take the Avacyn Scholar still. Am I gonna repeat the deck from my previous video? I have to maybe do it because I guess the Lilian's Elite can be decent in some kind of deck. It can be actually 3 mana, 5/5 or something like that. That's like, okay, this is a good, decent 2-drop, but it would be my first black card. I think I'd just take the color in here. That's also a fine disc, Madness Outlet, but I mean Enabler, but I don't have anything with Madness. Okay, so weird, somehow, well, I thought I was green-white. I should maybe be black-white based on this stuff. Or maybe I can be white-red because I really want to play these bombardments. The Grief is kind of boring. It really is. It's playable, but it's boring. The Accomplice is maybe the better card here. Yeah, okay, I'll take the Accomplice for now, but I will at least consider... Oh, what? Immerwolf came back. This is a really good card. But it requires the Werewolf archetype to be open. I don't know though, this pack is 6 mana, 7/7 menace. Okay, but it has a pretty hefty cost for attacking or blocking. I'm just taking the Immerwolf because it's just so much better than anything else in the pack that if I can actually somehow move to red-green, I will do that. Okay, Vessel of Nascency, Gold Razor would work with... Oh, I don't... This is not even a human, only the token will be a zombie. I mean, this is not even a zombie, and the token will be a zombie. Okay. Fine, I'll take the Humble the Brute. I have no idea what I'm doing here. This is a weird draft. How was I supposed to navigate through this first pack? Because really the open colors seem to really, you know, change. Okay, I'm gonna take this. It's at least a playable green card. And now I'm getting like, you know, after all these, my last 3, I mean this pack that has 3 cards left has blue cards. I don't care about this blue stuff. Blue is the color I haven't really taken. But I got the Lugger here, so can I really go with the Immerwolf? The double Galvanic Bombardment really makes me want to go with the red at least. Moon Mist can work in the red-green deck. What's this? Any target. Okay, well this is just a Blaze. I mean, it's a good card in Limited. It still is after all these years. Red Expel Sorcery. Deal any... Yeah, you can kill a creature with a little, you know, paying a little bit. Usually a lot of mana. Killing a 3 toughness creature costs you 4 mana. But there's a lot of flexibility for this card. You can use 2 mana to kill a 1 toughness creature. You can use 5 mana to kill a 4 toughness creature. You can use, you know, 6 mana to finish off the opponent. So I think it's a pretty easy pick here. Even before looking at these other cards. Yeah, there's some werewolves and wolves. I actually am interested in trying to get the red-green deck work. Now that I got the Immerwolf so late, it should be an open archetype. Someone who was red and green would have picked the Immerwolf there for sure. Now I get in on Ulvenwald Hydra. Now, yeah, this pack has 2 rares. The reason is that every pack has one of the, the Shadows of the Past cards, and it can be a rare as well. So it's an additional, it's not an additional card. It replaces a common, I think. But if that happens to be a rare, there will be also the regular rare in the pack. Well, what's this do? Okay, that's a really good card if you are. I guess it's very slow, but it's a good card if you are blue. Anyway, I'm gonna take the Hydra. It's not the greatest, but it is a very big reach guy. I mean, you could actually take the Logger, really go with the Immerwolf plan, but I think I still take the Hydra here. Yeah, there's also the Rapid Bite, which you actually could take over the Logger. But I'm taking the rare here. Rattle Chains. Well, it's definitely a good one if you are red, which I'm not. Okay, and I also don't get the red-green stuff. What is going on here, actually? Now blue is open. Well, I suppose... No, there are 2 very nice blue cards. The Rattle Chains and the Dragon are all very good blue cards. You're happy to pick them. And there are, other blue cards that are not completely unplayable, but are more like the mediocre sort of cards. I think I should take the Cathar, because it might be I'm still going to be just green-white here. Could take the Puncturing Light too. Well, let's take this one. I really don't know what my colors are gonna be. Well, it's not gonna be the werewolf deck. I am very sad about having 2 of these cards without being able to actually really play them unless I really splash them. There's a Dauntless Cathar. There's also the Constrictor. That's pretty good. Discarding a card without any mana payment to give +1/+1 is really nice. It also has reach. The Howler is decent too when you get to transform it. Well, it's not always. It's gonna cost a lot of mana, but I could also take the Cathar. But I think I need a 2-drop, so I'm gonna take the Noose Constrictor here now. Fine. I'm thinking this deck is gonna be green-white. I'm based on this pack. Yeah, there's now 1 card for the Wolf/Werewolf deck, but I think now that I also got the Cathar, which is quite nice, I should beat the human deck. Most likely. So let's cut the black, cut the red, even the bombardments. I just have to, Oh, there's the burn from within. Maybe I'm gonna splash them. Let's see if I get ways to splash them. Okay, 6 out of 8 creatures are humans. That's not amazing. Purge is, fine. Also, the Cathar here is quite decent. Maybe I should take the removal. I take one of these purges now, and maybe I can find those, random creatures later on. Okay, this is a really good card. Flash 4 mana, 4/3s. Even though it's a double caster, is still, quite okay. But the actual point of this card is that if you happen to have an extra land in your hand that you don't need to play, you just get a free 2/2. I mean, 4 mana flash, get 6 power and 5 toughness. That's amazing. I'm gonna take that. Soul Separator can be interesting, but it's really slow. You will get 1/1 flyer with its abilities that exile and then a zombie. But I'm gonna take the Pack Guardian. It's gonna be the best card here. Okay, there's an Elder Cathar. Also a Steadfast Cathar. I mean, it's gonna be one of those. I'm not taking this Hope against Hopes. It could be a sideboard card, but let's first see how many 2-drops I still need. Okay, I don't need the Moon Mist, by the way. That's not gonna be a card in this deck. 4 2-drops. Don't care about this wearing. Oh, I do care about this if I'm gonna splash the red stuff. I'm gonna take the Cathar now. This is quite good when you have mostly humans. My deck will have mostly humans. I also don't need the Murderous Axe here. Come on. So, Fox. Well, no humans, so what's the best card for me? Yeah, I won't have a lot of wolves or werewolves. I don't have any clues, so I'll just take the Fox here. And here, Mockery of Nature, probably gonna be my sideboard card. It's not exactly main deckable. I mean, it's so expensive, even with the emerge. So you are gonna only be interested in casting this card if you can actually, destroy something. Okay, I think. Oh, there's a. Okay, both of these came back. That's a human on the front side. It's not the worst, but the rabbit bite is also. Maybe I want to have a removal. I have only 5 non-creatures and 11 creatures. I'll take the rabbit bite for now. And Wolf King Bond, confront the unknown. I won't have a lot of clues, so this is just gonna be a +1/+1 most of the time. You do get the clue token, so it's kind of a cantrip. Well, sort of. I think I'll still take the bond here. Well, now I'm gonna take this. I really think this card is just bad. It's, I mean, 4 mana, yeah, flash and reach, but it's just a 2/3 for 4 mana. It's really, really small for that mana cost. Here, I won't have any. I don't think I'm gonna have any big synergies for that, but this could be maybe a card I main. I mean, probably not gonna main deck, but I might sideboard it in against decks that have not a lot of removal. What's this thing? Enchantment? Okay, this kind of does nothing. You have to pay 2 mana for this, and then yes, you can. It does something, but it's not really worth using a card for this thing. So let's see, what do I have here as an option. I really like this card if you have more cards that can transform, but you can see here, because there's this kind of icon on the cards that have a backside. I have only one thing that can actually transform, so this is not going to be a good card for my deck. But this can be really good in decks that have multiple ways to transform. So I'm going to take the Tapper, the 2-drop that just is a 2/2 mostly, or another Rabbit Bite. Okay, fine, let's take the Guardian. Although, no, I think, actually, I realized it's not even a human, so it's not worth it. I mean, I don't have that much human synergies, but I have like a few. So I felt like the Rabbit Bite is fine. Okay, this pack I think has very decent options. Multiple of them actually. This is always going to be a card I'm interested in having, but the Recruiter is really good. 2 mana 2/2, so you don't even pay any extra for the abilities. So you can get a creature from the top. It becomes a 3. I mean, this is so good. Also the byway courier is nice, and the provisioner is nice too. But I think the decision is between the chaplain here and the Duskwatch recruiter. But I think the recruiter is just slightly better. But I'm very sad to pass to another chaplain here. And clear shot is really good. I'm gonna take it over the purge. Also, I have one purge already. Skinner. I don't think I'm gonna have delirium that easily. But clear shot is really good. Sometimes you even get a 2-for-1 out of this thing, your creature. Let's say your 2/2 is blocked by their 2/2 or something like that. You can kill another creature of theirs that has, well, in this case would have 3 or less toughness, and then you could still win the combat with this +1/+1. Hope against hope again. Well, that's not really good. Tapper, byway courier. I think the courier is the pick here. This mana producing guy is not really. Yeah, the 2 mana defender is not what I'm interested in. Yes, this will end in the end transform into a creature that can attack, and it's actually a fairly large creature, but it works better in decks that actually care about the ramp. My deck doesn't really care about it. This is fine one. Ties into a clue token is very nice. Cultivator, if I want to have some mana. Adding ability, so there's already more cards that I need. This becomes a... Okay, if it's a human, it has a menace. I have a bunch of human. Not all of my creatures have humans. Human as a creature type, unlike my previous deck. I don't think I need this guy, and I don't really think I don't need to splash for these things either. Maybe I can splash from the sideboard. I don't know. So am I gonna take this? That becomes an equipment. I think I like the courier just enough that I will take it over that, but you could take the thing that ties into an equipment. Okay, well, this is... Okay, that's another very decent red card. Actually, a really good red card. Am I supposed to take it? I'm not taking a third copy of a Devil Thorn Fox. Strength of arms. I don't even have more than one equipment here, so just important trick. Thornhide Wolves. Don't think I need it really. I'm gonna take the flow just in case I happen to splash them. The red stuff, I mean. Yeah, this is just nonsense. I'm just gonna take the rare here. It's useless in limited, but at least in this deck, but I'm gonna play it. Okay, there's a mana fixing land. Soul Separator. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it. 3+5 is a lot. It really is, but this makes my mana better. I guess the Grace would be good too, but I have so many cuts to make already. Although if I really want to splash the red, I should take the Amulet, but I actually think I'm not gonna splash it. This just makes the mana better for my green-white base deck here. And, okay, Death Toucher. Okay, then. Should I take the aggressive 2-drops? Let's try this. I'm not actually convinced this is such a great deck. This is fine. This is actually nice addition to the deck, but yeah, it's not the greatest deck. Skinner, sure. And I'll just take the uncommon, don't really care about the other stuff. Okay, I got the Harvest Hand back. I think I'm gonna play this, if I find room for it. I have many cuts, of course. Okay, sure. I'm gonna cut the red one too. Okay then. I like this as a sideboard card. What was this thing? That's a decent one. That's a sideboard card. That I'm not gonna play because I'm not gonna splash the red. I don't really care about this guy too much. That's a lot of 2-drops. How many creatures? That's 19 creatures. So I'm gonna cut most of those, I think. I mean, not most of the 19, but you know, all the cuts I'm gonna make. They're gonna be creatures, I'm pretty sure. So how the Harvest Hand works. It's a 3 mana 2/2, so really understated creature for 3 mana, but when it dies, you can get a equipment that has an equip cost of 2, but +1/+1, it's kind of free, and then when equipped creature is human, it has menace, and that's a relevant ability for sure, and a lot of my creatures are humans. Currently it's 12 out of 19, and I think my cuts will be, because as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 2-drops. I think I can just cut both the foxes in here. They are not even humans. And this is now the deck. It's a very... But it's not that similar into my previous one because it had more of this equipment. It had a total of 3 equipment that, you know, make my creatures able to push for more damage. I'm gonna play the Wolf King Bond mostly to just have something, you know, something to enhance my guys so that they can continue attacking, because I don't have that many ways to, you know, keep pushing here. How about the Delirium stuff? I have 1 enchantment, 2 artifacts. I don't think it's gonna be very likely for me to hit the Delirium for this one. A 2-drop ever. I mean, I can get a sorcery and an instant there, but... Oh, well, creature will always be there, but I need 3 other things. I don't have a way really to get even a land in my graveyard. Yeah, I don't think I can count on the Obsessive Skinner being anything else than a you know, 2 mana 2/2 that you can choose to make it into 1/1 and give it a counter somewhere else. This has reach, but it doesn't have trample. I think it's still a curved chopper I want to play here. I have not a lot of white cards here, actually, especially when I cut the foxes here. But I think the foxes are still the worst cards in here. I guess with Rabbit Bite, they're slightly better. So am I supposed to, you know, switch one of the other cards for that? Don't really think so. Yeah, I guess this is the deck. I mean, I played 24 spells on 16 lands because most of the stuff in this deck is castable at 2 or 3 mana. The 1/6 drop can happen. I have a couple of ways to make clues, which give me additional draws to find the lands for my 5 and 6 mana plays. 16 will be enough, especially because I have even a mana fixing land here in the fortified village. So, well, I have a lot more green, so I should just, I think, put now, 8 forests on 7 plains here, and that's the deck. So it's effectively still a 9/8 mana base thanks to the dual land, but. Well, I don't know if I was able to. I mean, was there a way to draft some other color combination? Because I got these nice red cards. I even got the late Immerwolf, but red was in pack 2. Red just wasn't there at all. Totally cut. So I think I kind of was forced to go to this white and green. And pack 3 is quite late for any kind of a color change. I don't have a lot of white in the end here, but. I mean, if I'm gonna cut all my white stuff, what can I do? I mean, because that is an option. I mean, I can cut all the white. But sadly, the double strike giving thing requires white mana, so this is kind of a white card. So that is, of course, 7 plus, basically 8 cards that are somehow white. So I could play like if I would cut the white, I would put the red stuff in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I could even play this thing. It's not great though, but it can target itself, so I don't need other wolves or werewolves that much for that. And I guess I have a few. 2 werewolves, 1 wolf, so yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I can play stuff like Confront the Unknown. And of course the Immerwolf, although this wouldn't be that great in this deck, but it's still, 3 mana 2 intimidate, and that pumps some of my things. So, is that worth it? So I would lose the collective effort, the inspector. I think I can still play the color. I have a bunch of green humans still. Is that what I want to do? Or am I gonna sideboard into that kind of stuff? Maybe if I feel like I need these, removal spells for small creatures, maybe I will sideboard into the red-green deck. That's the idea. So this is the main deck now. Okay, I don't think I can keep a 1 land reserve. Let's have this one. I think the color is the one I'll lose. I know there's a long way till I get to this thing, but it's still quite large. So if the game goes like late, and I can also discard it for the constrictor if that is somehow beneficial. Alright, well this one is a nice one. Is there a chance that, should I have the constrictor first? Okay, I'm gonna play the constrictor first because I'm not gonna, transform this guy on the next turn. I would play if I played this now, I would play the constrictor on the next turn. So I guess if the opponent doesn't play a spell this turn, yeah, this would transform, but I don't really plan on counting on that. Oh, that becomes a land that can, add colorless. That's really good, because I need that. Wow, thank you, opponent. Let's play the harvest hand. Wow, they just turned my 2-drop into a land, which is good for me. I didn't want to play the Cathar because I prefer to play the Cathar when I have, some other stuff, other creatures. Now this is of course a problem. they make, oh man, no kill spell on that, which means I'm gonna lose badly. They can make just 2/2 flyers, and of course when they transform it, it's just crazy. But what can you do? Target human doesn't even help there, so I might even actually go for the 2. I mean, they are not going to block, so that is such a strong card. I could have any pump spell here, so I really don't expect them to block, and even if they did block, I would get the equipment back from this thing, so it was like a good bluff in that sense. It can't be a catastrophic outcome, but problem of course is that I'm just losing to this guy. Just boom, I mean this taps to make a token. 2/2 flying token. That's insane. I need to rapid bite like immediately. Or there's also the other removal spell, but I guess I have like 4 removal spells at least on this guy, but I can't let them have that many free things. That's really good too. Okay, maybe the Hydra can do something, although this can give stuff death touch. Yeah, it's really bad. Oh, so what's the plan here? Guess I'll just mana efficient play would be to. I guess if this deals damage to a creature, I get to investigate at least. Okay, I could pump it, but I actually want to play the 2 and 3 drops here. I don't care if they block. They could make a token and double block. I will kill the flyer, and then they are gonna do that kind of a. I mean, this is great. I'm leaving them the 2/2 zombie, kill the flyer, and the troller here. That's actually very nice. I get a clue token as well. But I mean, I'm still losing to the keeper, of course. That a 2/2 flyer was totally free for them. That has died. Okay, so come on. I need a removal spell on this thing. That's all the things I need. Not even gonna attack now with anything. I guess I could keep the Cathar +2/+2. It could attack now. Why wouldn't I do anything else than this? That becomes into a 1/1. Maybe I want to trade with basically with the zombie token. Okay, I'm gonna trade with the zombie token here. I don't know why didn't I. I should have just attacked first, obviously, but whatever. Now I have the Scythe in here. And it can give this guy menace. Now, if they don't find a removal on the Hydra here, this actually would it be not the worst. So they can make it 2/2, and assuming they don't have anything else, they can't. Okay, so this is what I'm doing now. Give the Cathar some pump effects, and then I could either make it into a menace. But I should actually keep it vigilance and make it, give me a flying token if that somehow matters. Also, if it dies, it gives 2 counters to the provisioner. So now I just hope the opponent doesn't have any kind of interaction, because it would be funny to win the keeper so that I don't draw the removal for it. It does seem like they are slightly flooded out here, actually. Double block here is not gonna be that great, but maybe they have a card to make it better. Okay, that's totally fine for me. That dies, I get a token, and this thing is gonna give 2 counters on the provisioner, because it is a human. I have both of these equipment I can put on the provisioner as well. Wow, I'm actually beating the opponent. They had a turn. It was a turn 4, right? Bloodline Keeper, but it seems like they are lacking, some other place. They have gotten a free 2/2 flyer every turn here, but it hasn't helped them. Maybe they now can kill the Hydra. Okay, well, that is all good for me. Let's put the collar here first. Then the Scythe. Because I still have mana to play the Courier post-combat. I don't have mana to crack the clue, that's actually quite funny. Alright, so this is Trample and Menace. They are gonna take some damage. They can jump block the Hydra by tapping to make a token, but that's not really, a winning game plan for them in the long run. They are down to 6 now. Okay, so I don't think my sideboard has additional ways to deal with this guy, but this deck has. I have a couple of Rapid Bites, then I have the instant speed kill spell, and then I have the white card that just exiles, for which I have to sacrifice a thing. But yeah, I mean, they are just losing now. They can have a flow on there, but they need more things. Okay, it will get exiled, so at least, okay, double flow. Wow, they are just flashing. So it gets exiled, so that means I don't get the token from the collar. But that's not enough. I can still equip the courier here. They're just playing, yeah, they're splashing for red here, yeah. Not playing 3 colors, but splashing a red card. I mean, this is gonna become a... Okay, they do that for a reason. So they have some way to kill this thing by sacrificing a creature, I believe. They're still taking lethal if they have that. Okay, wow, that was the... I mean, they had to sack this thing because that was the only way that allows them to survive here still. Okay, so this hit for 8, so I can make this guy... Well, now it is gonna be... Okay, so I should just make it into a 9-9. And then, yeah, this is easy. Actually, what I'm supposed to do here, giving all my lands, is that I'm gonna draw a card. So now I can make this into a 9-9, so the double block doesn't kill this. That's the point. And also it's a lethal attacker, so... And then I can make this guy into, you know... This is fine. So can I attack with the 1-1? So they are gonna jump them. I guess the 1-1 attacking now allows them to... If they wanna block the 1-1 with the 2-2, that would mean they would have to use the Maw to jump the Hydra. I don't think they wanna do that, so I'm gonna actually... I think the 1-1 flyer will go through here. Yeah. Get another flyer here and play this guy, and well, I thought I'm gonna lose to this you know, this thing if I don't draw my removal, but I was wrong, and my Ulvenwald Hydra was actually quite relevant here. It was a big dumb, you know, 6-mana card, a creature that well, it immediately became a 7/7 because it fetches a land. But that was all I needed here. I mean, imagine if the opponent actually didn't... Well, I mean, the certain death did target my, Duskwatch Recruiter, which would, if I'm given enough time, gets me more cards. So I suppose they could have saved that removal, but maybe it was a fine play for their part. All right, so anything that deals with the flyer. I mean, only the Incendiary Flow and the Burn from Within from the red cards works. And this, if I have drawn both of them, I'm not gonna count on that. So if I want to put the Flow and the Burn from Within in the deck, I would have to cut 2 more cards, and I would also cut something else for the Wearing Wood. I also don't have any mana fixing other than the Wearing Wood, so it would be a really bad mana base for the deck. So I have a Rapid Bite ×2, Clear Shot, and the Angelic Purge. All these will deal with the Mythic Rare they had. I think I'm not gonna mess my mana base with these removal spells. Is there anything else I want to sideboard? Like this thing is the card that I would sideboard if there were targets for it, but I don't really see targets for it. Only one. So I guess I don't do any sideboarding then. Yeah, it's really, I mean, the Mockery of Nature, I did not see targets for it. Terrarians, not really great targets for that. Alright, let's keep the same deck. And alright, let's keep... I had a 1-lander in the first game, now I have a 6-lander, so let's mulligan again. At least this is a capable hand. Now I don't know which of these is... I like all of these. I guess the Pack Guardian is very unlikely to give me the other wolf, so it's a flash 4/3. And all these other stuff, these are pretty good. So I'm gonna actually cut the, what is actually the best card here. Maybe, maybe the Recruiter can be better, but still, I'd rather just have these plays because it's possible I don't draw my lands here that much. Well, let's try with this thing. Come on, don't kill it. They didn't kill it at least. Yet. But now they have a dead weight on it. Terrarion. Okay, that is gonna enter tapped. I suppose I'll just play this Pilgrim then. I was thinking about playing this on the previous turn, but I kind of was greedy and didn't want to waste the ETB ability. I wanted this to, survive, and then I can pump it for it to attack as a 3/3. Right. So I have 4 mana. I'm not gonna trade with the zombie. This is a zombie itself, so it can give itself death. That's 2. Spirit Cleric. Yeah, I'm gonna just attack here. Let's trade with the 2/2 if they want to. I can play this. I could have played this guy too, but I mean, maybe the clue is slightly better. I don't know. Hard to say. At least now I do have the Rabbit Bite, which I'm going to save as much as I can, just in case they have the same mythic rare, because I need it. All I need is a 3 power creature to deal with that guy. With the Rabbit Bite. Okay, and that exiles it, so no, no clue token from there. What's this thing? At 1 mana of any color, each player loses 1 life. Beginning of my upkeep, if each player has the... Okay, this transfers into a 1/4 Flying Death Toucher, which will in fact make me lose 3 life when it's attacked. Okay, that's annoying for sure. Let's play this guy. I mean, both players have to be at 10 or less life. I mean, of course, by activating this ability, it's gonna happen. They use the Terrarion, so they don't have mana for... Oh, sorry, this is for any color, yeah. So they actually dealt with 2 of my creatures that actually, don't like to get exiled. Super annoying, but what can I do? Okay then. Well, that's 1, 2, 3 removal spells for them. And yeah, I have creatures that usually don't care about getting removed that much, but... Okay, they have a 7-drop. That's a 4/5 flyer. Oh, that's super annoying because I don't have a big enough creature to use the Rapid Bite here. Oh man, that's almost enough. It's still not gonna be. I mean, do I even want to use this? If I draw a land, I guess I'll just not gonna do it. I mean, the thing is that no, this is another target human. It can't even target itself. So, I couldn't make it into a 5/5, and then if I had one more land more, couldn't even kill this guy with it. Okay, Bedlam Revelation. They're gonna draw 3 cards now. What? Okay, but that's also double red. So I mean, they have I guess they have a few Terrarions, but it's not easy mana base they have. But I'm the one who is mulliganing here in both games, so that's sometimes how it goes. This also has prowess. Yeah, it's in the middle of all the text, so you have to be. Of course, I know what that card does because it's an old card. All right, Angelic Purge lets me deal with some of that stuff. Sadly, I can't kill the Reveler here. That is a problem. That's actually... It's really annoying. I guess I'll just, I'm gonna do this. The Cathar dying makes the Provisioner into 5/5. I have to, be somewhat lucky here. This allows me to kill both the Feaster and the Reveler. But this is fine. I mean, of course I lose to any kind of interaction here, but... Well, funnily, actually, I can also... Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Just do like this. And then do like this. Sack the land. Problem is this can make itself into their toucher, so it can just kill the provisioner. At least they will take it. Alright. Let's see what I draw. Okay, so I need to win that thing, win the game like a... I will attack here because I can discard a card to make it into a 3-3, so... Okay. I mean... This was too nasty. I don't really know if I can have a way to win here. Yeah, they had a good removal. I mean, all these... Yeah, both these flows were very relevant there too. I can... it's just not gonna work now. I know I can see for a couple of draws, but I mean, even if I draw the... I mean, they're gonna get those 2-2s. I'm dying. They're gonna get this thing very soon. Yeah, I need more removal than I can. I mean, this and this both are must remove targets for me to win the game, because I can't raise them, even with the Ulvenwald Hydra, because, you know, this becomes a death toucher, and it can just trade with the Hydra. And this also has a death toucher, so even if, because the Hydra has a reach, but yeah, it would still, you know, trade with this thing, so it wasn't gonna happen here now. Let's hope to, on the play, to maybe be able to, you know, keep a 7 card hand. This is, you know, just a 2-color deck with mostly 2 and 3 mana plays, and even the mana fixing land here, so it shouldn't be too much to ask. The flows are, I mean, kinda... The Confront the Unknown could... I mean, I guess I don't have that many 3 toughness creatures. So the Confront the Unknown won't usually be able to, you know, it doesn't really save my guys from getting burned with a 3 damage spell, because I have so many 2 toughness creatures only. Hope against hope. They have way too much removal for me to play this card. This still isn't really gonna find many targets. So I guess it's the same deck, and let's have like between 3 or 4 lands. So in the starting 7 without mulligans. Well, I'm gonna keep it, but I would prefer to have 1 land that can actually add white mana. If they do have the death weight for this thing, it's gonna be annoying. And I need any land to actually play this thing. Okay. So now I just beep a plains or the dual land both work now. Come on. I would be able to curve out with this thing, and I would actually like my chances still. Well, it's so annoying, because all the starting 7s were, you know, just punishing me now. Okay, I got it now, but it's well, I mean, I still have my Hydra. It did win the game 1, so maybe it can win this one too, and I can exile if they have the mythic rare. I can exile it, but I have to sack a permanent, and it will be relevant now. This thing mills me. Okay, I don't care about it, at least not yet. So, color in here, it's gonna be a equip is 2 though. I don't have a 2 mana play here. Kinda annoying. So if they are willing to just trade these guys on this thing, I will get a clue. And maybe I'm happy with that. I would get it 1-1 flyer if I equip, but then the problem is they actually... I mean, I don't have any other play for this turn. Okay, so I'm gonna actually let this trade happen if they are willing to make it. They are not. That's actually good for me, I would say. Let's do this thing. Because I have only one plane, so I'd rather play the white card. In case I draw more white spells. Another Troll, and that's a really good card. They have two of those too, and of course, you know, no problem hitting all the three colors. Although they did have the Traveler's Amulet there. Now, both are humans. Guess I'm gonna... I'm going to play the Provisioner here. I'm just thinking if I should... Which one I should pump here? Guess I'm gonna pump the Cathar. I don't mind if they actually, you know, use multiple things to trade with it. It's going to the main reason I don't mind it dying is that it gives me the 1/1 flyer, which I can also sack for the purge, because I don't really want to sack any lands now, and I don't really want to sack the collar either. But if they do play the mythic rare, I pretty much have to purge it. I guess I can sack this because it's only a sack a permanent, not exile a permanent. So this goes to my graveyard, still creating me some kind of value. Okay, they have the emerge there, right? I guess they have a 6/4, which is, you know, with the collar, not a problem because all of my creatures are in fact 3 power, so I can just now zombies become Death Touchers, so that's kind of annoying. So do I want to trade which of my guys on that? It's really annoying actually. I think I'll just have to trade the Cathar on it now, because this zombie will just trade with my... So I'm gonna get a couple of flyers here. Well, maybe not couple, I think I play the Courier instead of the activating the Cathar here. I'm not too concerned about them hitting Delirium quite yet, at least. Okay, that becomes a land, sure. They didn't want the patrol, I guess this can, you know... Now this can create me some value, so I suppose that was the most annoying one for them to deal with. Alright, well, I mean, I don't think I have any... This is just a fine curve. I can do this and then I can, you know, play the Logger and I can play the... activate the Cathar. Because I think this will just trade with that thing, but I will get the clue as well here. And activate this, play the Logger. You know, if they are flooding out, they might not have a spell and this will flip. It being a 4/2 is actually... A 4/2 Trampler is quite nice, even if they want to trade with this, they will take some damage. And now I have an Air Force here. And the Hydra is still yet to happen. Okay. It actually did flip, so they are flooding out. I guess I have bad starting hands, but they had some flooding out in the first and the third game. So, do I want to play the Purge this turn? I mean, not the Purge. I don't need to kill them more here. I don't mind trading here. The question is, do I want to play the Hydra here this turn? Because as long as they have the Death Toucher, it's not actually that valuable even. I think I can wait for a turn. So I'm gonna equip here. It's a human. And now I can just attack with everything, right? And I can crack the clue. I guess I should actually crack it. Should have cracked it before equipping, but oh well. I won't have the mana for the Hydra anyway, so. Okay, Inspector is gonna be quite nice. I can play and crack the clue. Yeah, I haven't played a spell yet, so if the Shredder survives here, I don't think it will. But they will take trample damage from it. It's actually 6 damage total now. Wow. Well, this is great. Alright, so am I gonna crack for the collar instead? Although collar on this thing doesn't make much sense. I'm gonna crack the clue end of turn. Okay, they have a Reveler now, which they can discard the hand and draw 3, but they will be tapped out. Still no. Okay, they do have the Delirium. Actually, now it was the first land in the graveyard. Well, I'm not gonna get milled here. Guess I'm gonna see what the... No, I'm gonna... Yeah, no. I can crack the clue. I don't care about them getting milled part here now. Oh, I actually had Delirium now. But I don't have the Skinner up now. So I can just... Well, they did get fresh cards in here. I mean, this is 2-turn clock with the flyers. Killing the Reveler doesn't do anything, so it's actually pretty easy decision now. Well, do I have mana to... Come on. Yes, I do, because I can equip anything, of course, here. So this is one more damage I can deal, which, you know, you never know if it's relevant. Get the dual and... it's always gonna be tapped, yeah. Not gonna show the forest, although the opponent already got the read that I have either a plains or forest here. Okay, that's Scarp, isn't it? They need answers for the flyers, and I still have the removal spell if they happen to have a... Yeah, that's not gonna work. If they happen to have a flying blocker like the Mythic Rare. Okay, I got milled a bit. Oh, I have the effort here, I didn't even recall. Now, this should be a win if they have nothing, but let's make sure that... I mean, is there any reason to... You know, these both have prowess, so they can... Well, I'm gonna play the land for sure to make this into a 10-10. Okay, let's do this then. Don't know if that even makes any sense, because if they have a removal, they used it on this 2-1 anyway. But I'm not gonna attack with the Inspector. Oh, I could have given double strike to this guy, though. Can I still do it? If I equip here, I play the Cathar. Well, I guess it against this becomes 5 power, so... Sorry, 5 toughness, so it doesn't make sense. So the double strike for 2 power creature won't help against the Reveler. They can jump the Hydra and kill that guy. Yep, that's gonna happen, but I'm not trying to being decked out. No, I'm not. So I can do this. I could really, if I wanted to kill this thing, but I don't think it is relevant now. I'm gonna equip here so that if it dies, I get a token. And that was it. They flooded out, and I win the match in the end. So, well, I mean, they got their colors, but they flooded out as a punishment. So, I don't know. Makes that any sense? Does that make any sense? I got the plains early. I mean, I didn't get it for turn 3. That would have allowed me to perfectly curve out here. But I got it early enough to, you know, play my spells. And I still was able to actually save the Purge for their Mythic Bomb, which was kind of cool. And I guess the power of these spirits here, so the color is, you know, quite sweet actually. And it was also kind of funny that the more here 6-4 isn't enough, because I had 3 power humans. I was able to make into 4 power humans, so it wasn't that great for them. I guess the more, you know, the better cards for them was actually the double corpse trollers here, allowing them to keep blocking my guys for much longer than you know, that it would have been possible without this. Well, I mean, my deck has mostly 2s and 3s. Now I get this starting hand. Now I like these 4s. I like the Hydra here. I'm on the draw. So I don't recall the exact count of the 2s and 3s, but I guess this is... If I draw one, especially a human for the provisioner, I mean, I need to get a little bit lucky here. Just don't draw like lands. I mean, this is mostly... I mean, does my deck have more expensive cards than that? That's a ridiculous draw here, the Wolfking Bond. I mean, if I draw a spell, it was more likely to be a 2 or 3 mana spell. Okay, well, I did draw a spell now for this turn. It's a green-white mirror. And now I can, you know, keep playing these other stuff. So the opponent couldn't really punish me too much here. I'm taking a couple of damage points here, but I can actually stabilize now. First play the Patrol here. Then the Provisioner or the Wolfking Bond, depending on how I want to do it. If they tap out without killing my Patrol. Okay, they have the good equipment too. So I'm not going to block that. That's actually not a human. So I'm... They're not gonna get a spirit here. I'm gonna get a glue token. But the problem is I won't... Okay, I'm not gonna block here because I wanna use my... I guess I'm gonna just want to use my Wolfking Bond here actually. That seems to be the best idea. I'm gonna attack for 5 and have a blocker for one of these guys. This can make it into a 7/7. It doesn't give trample though. But I get my Hydra here. Okay, sure. I mean, I do take a lot of damage here, so this is a risky region. Of course, especially if they have like a more removal, and if I play a 6-drop and they play a 3rd, well, maybe they don't. Guess I'll see very soon. Purge on that. Okay, so sure, that is now purged. So I mean, I can play one creature here only now, so I can play the Hydra now and then double spell on the next turn, hopefully, hoping to not get. You know, if they have another purge or something, well then I go to 2. So I hope they don't have. That's a good one. I need my removal, but I don't have quite the mana to play all of these. So I definitely cannot attack. I suppose I can though. So let's see. Because they can tap one of my creatures, but I can have 2 creatures in here now. So they tap 1, I can block. Because if they do, I mean, I can attack for 8 here. If they don't jump block, they're gonna lose to this Hydra on the next turn. But let's say they draw a creature here. Of course, if they draw a removal or a pump spell, I will just die. But how do I win this game? I guess I can play it safe for 1 turn and play the Courier and the Logger now. And then they don't really have a good attack. But if I attack now, they go to 7. I don't imagine they are gonna... That's a human though, it will be +1/+1. Don't think it matters though. But they can play the Collar. I'm gonna actually take the gamble here. Because if they draw like a land, then I'm gonna be in a very good shape. I should consider this, but then again... I'm not gonna do that. But this thing doesn't have a trample, and that's the problem here, of course. So now they can attack with everything, but I can still block one of their guys. So they can tap down the Courier. Yeah, I actually have to... Well, I can block the Guardian of Pilgrims. Okay, that's not good, but it's not... I mean, it's not... Yeah, I have to jump block. Yeah, this thing has vigilance. Oh, man, I can't... I totally forgot it. Okay. Oh, man, I forgot they have vigilance. I have to jump now. Well, I didn't know they're gonna have this. I knew this will have 3 toughness, though. But it was gonna have only 4 power exactly. My idea was to block the pilgrims. Yeah, and that is the vigilance guy. I guess they could have moved this around, but whatever. I mean, I made a mistake here. I made a big mistake, and now I need to. I mean, all of these guys will be lethal. I can't force them to. I mean, they have to jump block with 1, so it's gonna be the pilgrims thing. But I will have 2 blockers here, don't I? This doesn't matter because I can't attack with the courier. It doesn't prevent. It doesn't threaten lethal. No, but 2 blockers into there. No, I will have 3 blockers into there. 2 attackers. They can tap one of my guys, but there's no point doing this attack, right? I mean, with the courier, it only deals 5 and they take it, and then I lose. Okay, so let's do this. They have to block, and then I have these 2 guys. So I guess if they now draw a land, they can use the collar. Is that gonna be? I don't know. This is gonna be hard. Because now if one of these guys die, they get a 1/1 flyer, and the problem... Well, this thing has a reach, but yeah, I guess the Fiendbinder now dies, though. No, it doesn't, because it's gonna be 4 toughness. Yeah, that's the problem here. I have to block, but then they lose the captain. Yeah, it's not good. They can tap the courier, so I don't even get to draw a card here. Yeah, because I have to just block both of those. There's no... Did they draw a spell? Oh, come on. They just top decked the True Fate Sensor and they top decked another one. This is just... I mean... Whatever. Good top decks. I mean, with those top decks, I don't think I was in such a great shape here. This sadly isn't gonna... Well, I can kill the binder, actually. Destroy, though, they're gonna... This thing is a human, so they're gonna get the... Yeah, the problem here is... This can block flyers, though. I can kill that... Oh, but I have to tap... No, that's... But I don't need the +1/+1 counters, yeah. Destroy target enchantment doesn't do anything, so I can just kill the binder. But I can't actually attack. Oh, can I? No, I can't attack. Because both of these are lethal. Yeah, this is just messed up. Well, I can't use the escalate, can I? Because I would have to tap the courier and then I have, I get some counters, but, I'm gonna die to both of these guys. So let's just do this, and I mean, hope they draw like a couple of lands there, while I don't. I have no attacks, so I need both of these to block. Because this thing is a soldier, it blocks. It dies, but then it will give a token for them. Okay, now they don't have an attack. It's a top deck war. Oh, that's another... Well, I can now do this attack. I need the reach guy to block the 1/1. If they block with the the collar guy, I can still block the 1/1 flyer, which they are about to get. But with that, yeah, and if the Hamlet captain, oh come on. Well, I need my removal now, just to make it fair, because they have drawn a lot more good stuff there. Spectre might give me a removal spell. I need to draw some... I just need a removal spell here. Cathar is good, but the thing is I can't actually attack now. Because if they block with the captain and it dies, they get another token, and they can make them, with these 2 equipment, they actually get to have 2 flyers that will have 2 power or more. And that means I will die because I have only 1 blocker on the flyer, so I can't attack now with anything, unless it's a lethal attack. But maybe next turn, especially if I can find... Because now humans can be double strikers. Although this is not a human... Oh, come on, Well, I guess it's not a, you know, it's not a winning play, but it's so annoying to be at 2 here, which is gonna limit my options so much. They can even attack with the captain to make a token. Well, my own harvest hand. So yeah, the same story still goes. As long as I don't find removal, I can't make any kind of attack that allows them to block with this so that it dies. I lose the 2 flyers now, thanks to the equipment. So I can just play this, and unless my attack is lethal, which it won't be. So I think me being at 2 here is the problem. Yeah, they got some. They're down to. I mean, they have only 6 lands. Okay, I guess 7th is here. So I wonder what's the mix of lands and spell in the. Besides, I haven't really drawn that man. Okay, I haven't drawn that many lands either here. One of them came from the Hydra, but I guess the amount of interaction I've drawn is not acceptable considering how many they had. Now they can just get 2 flyers with this captain if they attack with it. But they are not gonna willing to do that. Alright. I guess I could have played this just to make the Hydra bigger one, but I want to keep the opponent questing a little bit. Are you actually kidding me? They just didn't really draw anything else than spells there. Alright. And that's just win, you know. They can exile the Hydra, move an equipment here, deal 2, that's it. I'm not gonna even wait until they choose to do that or not. Alright. What a frustrating game. I was on the verge of. I mean, the problem is that I was able to. I mean, this was a lethal attacker all the time, but I couldn't attack into them because I needed to reach the guy to block. So that was the problem here, and that was only because I was at 2 life here. If I had like 5 life, I actually could have just forced them to jump blocking, and I could have taken the damage from a few of the flyers. I also needed my removals, but I didn't get any of the rapid bites, clear shots, or even the purge here. Okay then. Don't really know if the Humble the Brood is gonna be. It's not gonna be good against green-white. I mean, I didn't see a lot of. I guess with the equipment. Fine. I'm still gonna keep the same deck. Yeah, what a game though. They just kept drawing those spells that made me unable to do anything than just hold back. At least my hand here is not the greatest, but it is fine. This also is a reach guy. Why couldn't I draw this thing just to block the flyers? That would have allowed me to attack with my arm. The big thing I had. It was a shame to keep it on defense just to have just because I needed to reach there. Okay, my draws are good now though. Do they have a 2-drop? They have something to play, but maybe it's just a pump spell. Is there a flash thing? No. I can now ditch the extra planes here for the Pack Guardian. Okay, that is annoying, but something I have to just live with. Yeah, I can discard 2 cards on the Constrictor. I just don't think it's worth it. I will trade with the Constrictor if they choose to block. Okay, they actually choose to. Yeah, they want to equip the thing first. Sure. That's something they can do, and I'm gonna play the. Guess the Guardian gives me the most stuff here. It also allows me to, actually transform this guy, which is not a useless thing. So that gonna have Vigilance, so I'm going to use my 2/2 Wolf to trade with that thing. I mean, they seem to have some kind of a trick, but if they're gonna use the trick to deal with my 2/2 token, I don't mind. They have the token as well there, and then. Okay, 4-2 is gonna be able to trade with anything here. Can use the. I'm gonna just play the patrol this turn. I'm pretty sure I don't need a Skinner. So. Yeah, they can only trade with one of my guys. Shredder or the Pack Guardian, I guess. They will get a 1-1 token, but that's what the Avasan's color does. This pumps anything, so I can choose who to pump. And if they don't play 2 spells, this will still keep as a 4-2. But they can keep the color on this thing, which will actually also give them a spirit. Yeah, the Avasan's color, and they have at least 2 of them. That's just a really good card. Now my deck has it too, and I actually won with the Avasan's color. I think 1 game in the match 1, maybe. Okay, they purged that thing, which is gonna give me, which would have given me some clue tokens. They didn't want me to get them. Okay, but that's on only 1 spell, so my Shredder is still gonna be. Okay, they have no idea. They had no interest in jump blocking. This is actually pretty good now because I can just pump the 4-2. They can't even, trade with it. Okay, Rapid Bite is really good too, but well, creature and a land. Yeah, okay, I guess this this thing is one way to get a land in my graveyard for the Delirium. They do have the jump block now if I go for them. Well, I'm gonna go for this. Oh, do I have a win here? Actually, I do have a win here. No, I don't, because this will produce them. Well, okay, this is gonna happen anyway. But this will produce a 1-1. If I kill it now, I mean, no, I could kill this now and then, discard the Skinner or actually play it. No, I couldn't have mana for it. But anyway, point is they have a jump blocker, so that doesn't work. So, well, I guess I can make them jump block. Now the problem is that, well, I don't know if it's a big problem or something, but I will actually lose the. This won't be a big creature in the next turn anymore. Maybe it is worth, This might be a little bit foolish, but I'm actually gonna discard. Oh, they don't block. Why don't they block? I mean, I don't understand. They just missed that the Noose Constrictor has an ability. Wow. What? Alright. So, the reason I did it this way is that I didn't actually want to double spell here. With the mana the opponent has, I don't think they're gonna double spell either. And this being a 4-2 Trampler is very relevant compared to it being a 2-1 without even trample. So I actually thought they will just block the Constrictor, and I was planning to discard the Skinner on it, and then they will have 2 1-1 flyers, but I still have a 4-2 Trampler, and of course the Constrictor and the Pilgrim, the Guardian, is gonna be well alive too, and I will have the Rapid Bite in my hand to deal with some of the blockers, so that would give me the lethal attack on the next turn, but it turned out unnecessary when they just didn't block there at all. Alright, so nothing for the equipment. Actually, I didn't actually realize I have this thing in my deck. Now, if I sack like a 3-drop on this thing, it's still gonna cost 5. It might still be worth it, because getting rid of their equipment, which I know they have multiple pieces of, at least 3, that can be good. Probably better than the Wolf King Bond. So I'm gonna cut the Bond and play the Mockery of Nature after all. Don't think. I mean, I guess the Confront the Unknown is like one of the few other things I might be interested in having, but it's really not. necessarily what I want to do. Yeah, I'll have it like this. Well, it was about time to have one of these starting hands. Nothing else to do except mulligan. Okay, this is... it's a hand. I do need to draw some creatures here, but... I guess I can... Well, they go 1 drop, 2 drop here, so I'm just gonna trade. Or am I? Now that I have the Elder Cathar here, this gives a +1/+1 counter to any creature on a human. Although... Okay. Well, I guess the Butcher's Cleaver is gonna... They didn't attack at all, that's actually good. So if they're gonna attack with attach this thing, I can actually use the collective effort on the next turn in that case. So I'm gonna just do this, not even attack, because I want to have another creature on the battlefield when I have the Elder Cathar here. If they play land, they can attack with the threat of activation here, but I don't think I care about that. If they're gonna use all that... okay, so they... Wow, that was such a nice turn for me. This thing is Death Toucher. But... I'm going to still trade with that thing, I guess. Because I can tap an untapped creature. I will use both modes here for sure. Maybe I will just attack with the Cathar after all. Okay. So if it died, this is not a human now, but it will still get 1 counter if they block. And if they don't block, I don't mind. It's a little shame after all to leave the Cathar on the battlefield by itself. So now I'm gonna get... That's gonna be a 6/4, and even if it transforms, if they double spell, it's gonna be a 4/2. But of course, they might just have a removal for it. But I have a decent follow-ups. At some point I'm gonna draw a forest, am I? That's not gonna help much. But they can double spell, so they transform this thing. But it's possible I don't have a... Yep, it's actually perfect for me, because I can now flip it again and still play the Pack Guardian. And I will actually discard the place. Although, I don't know, if it seems like that the 2/2 is totally useless, then I wouldn't. But, I mean, I can draw any land to just be able to cast this thing regardless. Okay, so their equipment is now actually not so functioning because they have no creatures. They actually purged this by sacking a land, sure. Now I'm definitely putting a extra 2/2 here. I can draw a land which allows me to cast the Hydra, or I can draw a spell which is gonna be good too. They sacked so many, I mean, they sacked the land there. It's gonna be hard for them to, actually equip these things with so few lands available. Okay, what a game. I guess this game was I mean, this was now 4th equipment. I didn't see this earlier. I saw this thing earlier. I saw 2 of these collars. This is the 4th equipment. And in addition to that, they had an Angelic Purge. And there was at least 1 pump spell. So I wonder what their creature count was. Because of course, usually the problem with having a lot of equipment in your deck is that I mean, that's going to take room from all the other spells. And if you have like 12 creatures, it's you can have this kind of draws. So well, I don't know what it was, but I'm happy to win the match here. Okay, now I have an actually good starting hand. This might be the best starting hand I have had in this event. Because this just does a lot of stuff without even caring about what I'm gonna draw here. Okay, so now blue, red. Let's feed something that can just die. I guess I'm gonna do this. The Cathar would have been also, but I like the potential of this actually being able to flip if the opponent doesn't have anything, but they had that thing. So now that. Okay, what's this thing? Oh, I don't want that really to happen. Okay. Well, it has trample. That's a really good one. So I guess I'm gonna take the Cathar. I mean, I can have these and hope they don't have a removal for it. Kinda hate to lose the value of this card. But for mana efficiency. Although my next turn I really want to play the clear shot anyway. I don't even have the 4th land. So I'm not guaranteed to play these things. On the next, let's say I play the Cathar and then they kill it. I would have to draw the 4th land in order to be able to play both of these. Or that's just a patrol. Okay. But they're gonna get value out of this thing. I guess I'm gonna just do the mana efficient play. After all, I don't like the fact that. Well, I guess if they have removal, maybe I don't need to get the value out of this. But their start was so good. Galvanic Bombardment to deal with my early blocker, and then they can have this thing, which I can trade with. But problem is, they'll still get the card. Now. That might still be the play to make. I mean, it's not a card that they can just keep. They have to play it on this turn. Okay, fine. Let's just block here. Okay, so they get a what kind of a card? Curious Homunculus. Well, it's a free card. That was just a 2-for-1 for them. But at least I did get my land. So I'm gonna play the 4-drop here now, just for mana efficiency. This allows me to, if I draw another land, I can play a clear shot and Cathar on the next turn. Or maybe even the Recruiter if the land is a forest. So this adds mana for instant and sorceries, and then it can become a 3-4 prowess. Thing in the eyes. Well, I would think that thing has to die. So am I going to well, first of all I should just attack, because I'm gonna get the clue token if they block with the 0-4. Deals damage. It doesn't have to even be combat damage, so cast an instant sorcery, remove an ice counter. Yeah, I mean, they have a 3. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I don't want this to transform me. I mean, they might have something and then I'm just gonna die. But I'm not gonna beat the thing in the eyes here. They had the bounce spell there. Okay. Of course they did. Because the problem is that you can't really just wait until they tap out, because then this, they just play some instant sorceries too. Okay, okay, that's fine. If they just have it all, I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna lose the thing in the eyes. So I have a removal for it, but they also the removal I have is based on me having creatures that the opponent can't really respond to. Yeah, well, their start was just amazing. Okay, I don't even know if maybe the Wolf King Bond isn't that great, and maybe I want to have something like a. I don't even think there's anything that good here. Like, yeah, this can deal with the thing in the eyes, but it's pretty much the only thing I saw it's gonna work against. The Bond is. I guess I'm gonna still play the same deck. Maybe they can't always keep mana up for instant speed. It's not like they can have like 13 instants in the deck. That was just they just happened to have in that game 2 relevant things. Okay. Okay then. So if I had one of these was a plains, I would be able to play this and crack the clue token for a third land. Well, I can't keep this. Okay, well now I have the plains for the inspector, but my starting hands in this event haven't been great, but I'm at 2 match wins and I'm gonna probably lose the third one, but so it's not the worst, but it's still rather annoying that I'm playing just 2 colors here and mana curve that has. I mean, all I need from my starting hand is to have both colors available, and most of my spells are 2s or 3s, so curving out here shouldn't be a problem with this deck at all. Yet it is, and I think they might have the burn spell again, so I won't be able to have the opportunity to get the token out of this thing. But since I didn't draw the forest, yep. What can I do here? That was the only play available for me, and they have that guy. Okay. That's a pretty sweet card. Let's see if they can get the freeze card again. Any land or a cheap spell works. Okay, that land is just something that they can play, and that was a 2 for 1 again. And can I get the forest? I can. So I can play that thing now, and let's see how much interaction they have for my guys. What's this? It's a rare 5 mana 5/4 flyer. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 human. Then this transforms if they have a bunch of wizards. I mean, the kind of tokens it makes. 6/5 flyer. Oh, okay. Okay then. Color, I guess. So I need to get removal for that stuff quickly. Because it's just gonna clock me, and they get infinite jump blockers whenever they cast instant. I mean, the opponent's deck is just better than mine. They have the rares, they have the, good stuff. Yeah, this is just, I mean... And they still have 5 cards in the hand. They have Make Me Chin up. Yeah, I had no chance in this game. Rapid Bite. I mean, why couldn't I have that earlier? On the previous turn, for instance, because I was able to... They were tapped out, I had 4 mana available. equip this on this thing. It is 4 power. Use the rapid bite to kill this, and none of this crap would have happened. But no, not gonna happen that easily. So so they play one other thing and then this transforms. Yep. So well, because I think about playing the Constrictor here and equipping. It's not even a human, so the equipping with the collar is not that great. Okay, I'm just gonna buy the 3/3 and hope they don't have any instant sorcery. This will of course now flip. Yeah, their deck is, I mean, and they draw. In both of the games, their draw was just insane. Yeah, sure. I'm just taking 12. No, I'm actually dead now. Am I not? Because they can attack for 12 in the air and then they can attack with this. I guess, yeah, I have to jump block the reader and take 1 from here, and when this dies, I lose. Alright. Well, I mean, the opponents, even if I had like a perfect draw myself, I don't know if I could have been able to win. Although, yeah, with the Rabbit Bite, if I would have been able to kill the 5/4, maybe then. But yeah, I guess this deck was mostly like a 2-1 deck, especially against some very good decks like the finals opponent. Maybe this didn't really deserve to win that final match, but yeah, it's a sad thing. I had to, I had to sort of draft green-white in my first 2 drafts of this set. But I don't really think the draft offered much else. I mean, I was really interested in going to the red-green route. I mean, picking the red stuff early and then having the Immerwolf come back to me in pack 1. But pack 2 just didn't have any red. And it was really tough to kind of move away from. I mean, to start drafting blue or black suddenly. So green-white was really the kind of archetype I had to just, stick to in this draft. So that's what it is. And another 2-1, not a bad result, of course. And I just hope that because this format has a lot of interesting archetypes to draft. For example, that blue-red, but not only that. So I want to experience all the archetypes here. So hopefully I can draft something else than green-white in my next one. But I think the next video will be a Phyrexia, or will be one traditional draft. I haven't still drafted the set quite enough to complete it. I'm very close to completion, I'm pretty sure, but I still think I need to draft a few more drafts of that set. So that's what the next video will be about. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.